What is up, guys? Welcome back to Controversation, episode number 39. We're doing a little something different. Hopefully, y'all like it. And thank you to Marco Juco 21. Sorry, I'm bad with names. Hey, man, I really appreciate your feedback. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching, and shout out to you.
He gave us constructive
Yeah,
criticism.
constructive criticism, exactly, to make this podcast better and more enjoyable for everybody to watch. So with that, we're actually gonna get into one of the, I guess, latest news that
Trending topic.
yeah, trending topic, which is the Titan submarine that was going to, I guess it was like an expedition going to see the Titanic. Um, Ironically, they actually sunk themselves,
Shit's crazy.
which we're gonna get into, which is like latest news coming in that how they could have passed away because unfortunately all five passengers were declared dead. So we're gonna get into that,
Honestly,
which I think was happening this Sunday. It happened. It happened Sunday this past. So
I
it's
mean,
been,
like they started their expedition on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Damn, it's almost a week.
Yeah.
So they've been away at sea for a minute.
Yep.
So as far as them dying goes, I feel like they might have been deceased at least since probably like Wednesday.
Okay, so from what I've seen and research is the submarine imploded.
Exactly. That's why I
So,
said that because
yeah.
I wasn't. And I hate how the news is treating like the oxygen like a countdown to a fucking New Year's celebration. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it was a little weird, but I think they didn't know until they started doing some. They finally found some parts of the wreckage. I think it was like 1,500 feet.
Also, the way that's why it started
away.
sinking because it wrecked.
So no, it didn't. It imploded. So the compression chamber failed for some reason.
The pressure is way too fucking high down there.
Yeah.
So then it just
like a can. Imagine a can getting crushed. Yeah,
damn. They just
not hopefully,
sounds
but
painful.
like, well, what they said is that they might have died instantly. Like they wouldn't even know it was coming.
Yeah, they said
like,
it happens in 30 milliseconds. I read that.
Yeah.
Which is very fast.
Which
Which is
crazy.
scary.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Like you're just like in there, like
disappear.
You're happy because it's like you're going on an expedition, and like you're like, man, this is awesome. And like
He wasn't happy.
you don't think so?
One of the passengers wasn't happy, and I read
Why?
this. I read a lot about this actually because it was so interesting.
Well,
and I was actually concerned.
the CEO, the creator of the actual ship, was
that guy was like excited, but the guy the billionaire, I guess the guy that
from Pakistan, or
that guy, he was like Arab. I don't know. I don't
the
know
Pakistan with the one
Arab.
with the son.
Yeah, his son was a little like scared, but he wanted to please his dad because Father's Day weekend had just passed.
Right.
So he was like, let me do it for my dad. Well, that was like 2 weeks ago now.
I think so. I don't know.
No, it was just this past weekend.
Yeah.
On the 18th.
So it was
that Sunday.
So there's that Sunday. So they were celebrating Father's Day to going down there.
Exactly. So he was like, let me go with my dad, you know what I'm saying? It's literally, they took off on Sunday, so he was like, let me go on Sunday, and then that's how it happened. But I think his aunt or mom or something said that he was skeptical, that 19-year-old kid.
Yeah.
He was skeptical, and he was like a little scared. But, he just wanted to be with his dad and please his dad and, spend time with his pops, so.
I think it was his oldest son, right?
I don't know if he had any. I'm sure he had other children. I mean, I would assume so. I would imagine. I know he had a stepson, which I got a bone to pick with you, bro.
His stepson?
Yeah.
Why?
Because all right, boom. So first of all, during this whole thing, this guy went to a Blink 182 concert.
Okay.
You know that band, right?
Yeah.
Blink 180. All right, boom. So while your siblings and your dad, your stepdad, I mean, I don't know how close their relationship was.
Oh, I got you. So,
You know what
like,
I'm
they
saying?
were already missing, and he went to a
Yeah,
concert.
That would be the last thing on my mind. I don't know. Me personally, if my people were missing, a couple miles undersea where like nobody ever makes it out of, I would not be at a concert turning up and living it up with people and just celebrating. What are you celebrating? You know what I mean? What are you so excited and happy for? Like your family's dying.
Maybe they didn't have a close. Maybe they didn't have a close relationship.
That's what I was thinking too, because I hear like stepson and stepchild and stepfather. So that's not always green on that side of the grass isn't always green. However, Cardi B, the rapper, she had called him out because she said the same thing I'm saying. She's like, why would you be at a concert during this? And he came online and blasted her like, is your career that fucking slow that you have to talk about me? You need me to get like publicity?
Oh, so the actual guy
actual
responded?
son, like he responded to her. And I'm like, you're so full of yourself that you're not even seeing what she's talking about. Like she's making sense. I mean, I'm not saying Cardi B's like the best person to take advice from, whatever.
Yeah.
But like in that scenario, bro,
She
is
might
she
be
not
right.
true? Like, come
Yeah,
on now,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, what is there to celebrate? Like, for real, you're turning up, so your priorities are fucked up. I think because number one, you're turning up at a concert when
Yeah.
you have no business to be doing that, and then during a situation like that, and then the next thing you think is like, the next best step to take is to Twitter beef
Yeah,
online.
yeah, yeah.
Like that is, you see what I'm saying? Like it's just
Yeah.
priorities, bro. Like you have to pick and choose these things.
I think
I
they're
don't know.
probably like gonna so think about it, like if your dad was a billionaire and he was giving you everything,
You spoiled.
yeah, you're spoiled. You kind of just like, and maybe you're not, maybe he's your stepdad and you don't really care for him. So then you're really like, man, I'm gonna live my life. He was living his life. I'm gonna go live my life.
I feel that,
Like
bro,
I'm just
but
playing devil's advocate here.
yeah,
Like
because really, 'cause I'm
you
like,
know.
what about
So
humanity, bro? Like, where's your human, like
yeah,
remorse and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
compassion? Like,
yeah, yeah.
even if you guys aren't close, like,
Maybe he thought it was gonna
I
be
know these
fine.
people, and
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
concerned about it, bro. That's
yeah,
why I know someone. I was following the story.
yeah, yeah.
That's why I know what I know about it. You feel me? And I don't know. These people are strangers to me. I
What
never met them a day in my life.
Well, you see, what's crazy is so apparently there was a Canadian plane that was flying over that area, and that had the capability to hear like, I don't know, some
Oh yeah,
kind of
some like
sort of,
banging on the
yeah. So they said
yeah,
that they heard banging. So it's like, what if this is like
a big
a
what if.
speculation, uh, like what if it partially collapsed and they were still somehow alive, and then after a while it just, because if you done because I was wondering, like, well, what the heck does that even look like?
An
Like
implosion.
an implosion on a submarine.
I had to go look it up too.
And dude, there's hardly anything on it. I think there was one
It was animated though.
an anime,
Yeah.
San, I think it was San Juan, like submarine. I think that's what the submarine was called. The animation.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. That's the one I saw.
I didn't. I don't know.
Um,
I don't know the name, but when I looked at, it, I was like, bro, like, what would that look like? And I kept thinking what you said, like
yeah,
example. You
yeah,
said
yeah.
like a bottle or like a can, like
Just
being squished
yeah,
really
yeah.
quickly.
But it's metal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but metal. But it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, that's like steel and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like that would hurt. But I mean, like you said, they wouldn't feel it.
But
So
I mean,
God.
it would be
Or you think maybe they ran out of
better.
oxygen before they imploded?
I don't know. I think when an employee it happens really fast.
So either way, right?
But so apparently the submarine was like an experimental. That's why they had to sign waivers. So they were like,
But
this
they've
is my
taken that on
thing.
expeditions before.
I don't know.
It has been.
Well, I mean, it was, sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. There, it was still an experimental submarine. Damn, I need some water.
Need some water, man.
But no, which is crazy is like, why wouldn't they put it, in my opinion, more through testing?
Yeah, as much money as
Yeah, he was a billionaire,
yeah, that's what
wasn't
I'm
he?
saying. Like as much money as I feel like was invested into this whole like expedition, this project,
Yeah.
and these guys were like controlling it all off of an Xbox controller. Did you see that?
Nah. So who was
It's like
controlling it? Was it the people up top?
No, 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 no. Like the controller was inside
Okay.
of the submarine with them, so I guess that's how they were moving around, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this dude had like and I'm talking about not Xbox controller, like the one, like the latest one, like an old ass 360 looking controller.
They didn't have
Like the analog sticks were like not even like flat. They were like 3D printed. It just looked like janky, bro.
Really?
It was janky as hell. And I'm like, for some people with money, why y'all like cheaping out on stuff like this? This is weird.
Well, even if you did that, like for me, if I had that kind of money, right? I don't know if, as my thinking right now, right? Like, I don't know if I would want to put myself down there. Maybe I would be like, well, let me send a robotic thing and like show me a picture of it, because apparently it's still super dark down there. Like
Yeah.
you need extreme lights to be able to even see the wreckage.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even think they were fully well equipped because I think he's trying to keep things simple, like on that
Yeah.
submarine. Because I ain't gonna lie, that's a submarine I don't think I've seen a submarine in that shape before.
No, I've never
looks
even
like
seen that
You know what I'm
shape.
saying?
I think he wanted to be the Elon Musk of the submarines,
Right.
where it was like the how he made SpaceX. He was like, well, I'm gonna do the submarine version of that.
So
Which
you
is,
wanted to conquer the sea while Elon conquered, I guess, space.
but space is easier. I feel because
We
see,
know what's up, well, for the most part, we know
Yeah.
what we're dealing with but this, I feel like most of the world's mysteries lie beneath, like, the sea.
But one thing that I wonder, from the, because we don't know crap about the sea. I think we know, like you said, more about space than we do sea. But is there more pressure? There has to be more pressure in the sea than there is in space,
No, there
right?
is, for
Because
sure.
space is a vacuum. So like, But at that same time, vacuum creates pressure too.
Yeah, but bro, like down there at
You
those
have to have a
depths.
seal.
Yeah,
Like,
at those depths, bro, like man, only God like can understand, like can fathom what it's like being on there because obviously he made the shit, but like
yeah.
there's certain creatures that are literally are designed to withstand these types of pressures. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that's where they live, bro. Like
Or like
I don't know,
certain
we just
certain
ain't got no
wells,
business down there, bro. Like I'm not saying we don't have any business down there. I would like to, what's
but
going
we're
on down there.
robotics, right?
Yeah, but like we shouldn't sacrifice human lives, as test dummies. You know what I'm saying? Or lab rats and try to like go on
But I
some.
mean, it wasn't like they were forcing them. It was
Yeah, they willingly
like
did it, but like, dude, like,
that everything has risks, right? Like it's like people that
why?
go bungee jumping, skydiving,
But
all
that's
these
less
like
of a risk
dangerous.
factor than this shit that they pulled, bro. Even
But
that,
maybe it wasn't. Maybe they thought it wasn't.
you can't. For a billionaire, I would like to think that you're more brilliant than
I don't know.
taking
But
those type of
maybe
risks.
they thought the ship was secure because I think this is the first time because obviously it was super hard to find on on YouTube or anywhere what an implosion of a submarine even looks like. I think it hasn't happened that
I
many
don't. I was gonna say
times.
that probably hasn't happened a lot.
I want to say probably
Explosions.
more rockets have exploded
Yeah.
than submarines have imploded.
You never really hear about implosions. You'll always
No,
only see and hear about explosions. Like
exactly.
the fact that I'm pretty sure some people had to look at, well, what is an implosion?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously based off
It makes
context
sense.
clues, you would
Yeah,
think like
yeah,
the opposite.
yeah, yeah.
But it's just like, damn, you know what I mean?
But it's like what is like I had to go research. Well, what is that called? I would figure pressures, but
Yeah.
it's like the the differences of pressure. That's why you have to have the
How do you offset
pressure
that though?
pressure chamber. You have to have that chamber. It's the same thing like going into space. You have to have that seal. That's why whenever, for example, like in movies, you see them when they're gonna go outside, like you outside the submarine,
Yeah, there's like
they have a
a
room.
space
Yeah,
before they actually go out.
exactly. They
Yeah.
have to close them in, and then they open that up.
That's the pressure. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. But I don't know, like when they were showing the inside of the submarine, it seemed very simple, like very, very
Yeah,
like
it looked like
basic.
five people could barely fit in
Yeah,
there.
like
It
it
was
was
a
cramped.
21-foot
Yeah,
submarine.
like it was. I'm gonna say about the size of here, man. I don't know. Like it was
Yeah, probably. And
pretty
add five
small,
people in here. But in a circle though.
but
Like
like
this
in a
is
tube,
high. Yeah, yeah, in
in
a
a
tube.
tube.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like
I
that'd
don't
be
know. They could have done that a lot better, bro. I would have spent
I
money. It's not like you didn't have the money to to spend on a better
I
expedition.
wonder how much money they spent if
That's another
you know,
question that I
like
have. That's true.
how much
How much that costs? It's really like imagine trying to go like in LA and trying to get like a tour, like TMZ tour bus,
yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
underwater.
But yeah, I wouldn't want to go that far. I guarantee those that submarine was probably rated at that was probably its limit. It was probably hitting the limit when it was
Yeah.
hitting the Titanic. Because I'll guarantee they said it imploded like almost when it got there.
Damn.
Like it was a couple of 100 feet away from the Titanic wreckage. So it's like I don't know, man. It's
I guess they
scary.
got very close, man.
Well, for what? I don't care. I don't care how close it got.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
it.
what is there to see in the? I mean, I guess it's like cool to see shit like that, like
Well, it's almost like the same thing as going to space. Like how many people can say they've been to the wreckage of the Titanic?
That's true.
You know, it's almost like a bragging right.
Yeah.
Like
Weird
especially
flex.
once flex. Especially once you got that kind of money. Like I got a Bugatti. I got a
Oh yeah, we
freaking
went to go see the
yeah. We went to go see
Titanic.
the Titanic. It's just simple.
Casual.
Yeah, casual. Just Father's Day. It was my Father's Day present to my dad. And
That's pretty cool though. I mean, if they survived and actually
yeah, yeah,
made
yeah.
it
If they
out,
would have went, yeah, yeah.
that would be a cool ass story.
Well, the apparently one of the scientists that had he had done it a lot of times, gone down there and researched it. I don't know if it was with the same company, or if it was like a robotic robot that went down there. Because I was also wondering when it was happening, it's like, man, is this like because they were like, we found no bodies. I was like, how do you not find no bodies? So I started doing research, right? Because it's like you would think you would find something like a bone, something.
Blood or anything, yeah.
Well, not
anything.
blood because it was water, right? So it'll
That'd probably
disperse.
just
Yeah,
dissolve.
it'll
Man.
dissolve, or
Damn.
it's just dilute. Um, but at least like bone, like maybe the fish ate the meat, whatever, but you would have bone. Like if and it's not like it's been thousands of years. It was
Yeah.
freaking within
Over
a
the
week.
week, yeah.
Yeah. So then
Over
I was
like
like,
5 days.
man, conspiracy could it be? You know what I'm saying? Like they really made it, and they were just trying to hide something because these were billionaires. Like who knows what
Yeah.
connections they have made and could
And I
have
feel
done.
like that's where I was thinking. I'm like, I feel like in another month or so, they're gonna come out with something like, well, this guy was probably being accused of
You
X,
think
Y, or he
so?
was like, you know, he was like planning to do X, Y, and Z, and then this happened. Because I don't know, like conspiracy theorists will always try to spin shit, bro.
Yeah.
They showed an episode of The Simpsons when
Oh.
Homer and
Yeah,
his
and
dad
his dad, yeah, I
his dad
saw
did the
that.
same damn
Yeah,
thing.
and
But
then
they were in
he was
separate.
like
He
looking.
got stuck.
He got
And like
stuck.
this
I saw
coral
that.
reef thing,
I
exactly.
saw that. Yeah.
But I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, this does, seem very, very closely related.
Dude, the Simpsons keep getting
They
it,
keep
bro. I don't
predicting
know what
shit,
it
and it's
is.
scary,
What do
bro.
y'all think it is? What do y'all like in y'all's opinion? Why do the Simpsons keep?
And they keep getting it right.
Yeah, they just keep getting it right, and it's like, dude, the craziest thing, getting a little bit off topic, for me was they predicted the year that the Queen would die.
And 9/11, and Trump's election.
And Ebola, dude, they've
And
predicted a lot of
and
stuff.
that march where or it's a marathon where like a whole bunch of people died a few years back.
Oh, the Boston bombing.
I think it was the Boston bombing. They predicted that shit. Family Guy did a spill on that too, but I think they made a parody. They don't take anything serious. But yeah, bro, like they just getting, bro, 9/11, freaking so much shit.
That's
bro.
crazy, man. Like I don't know. It's just
At this point, I don't think it's
Donald
like,
Trump when
so
he was coming down the elevator.
Exactly, the whole election thing, like that was way too good, and that was way ahead of its time.
Yeah, that was like years, like 10 years. But
Ain't no way you telling me Trump and his like whole team decided to reenact that scene in The Simpsons. That was just like
there's no way. Yeah, there's no way he would be thinking, okay, at this exact moment when I'm like halfway down the elevator, the escalator,
and everything.
like thumbs up and a wave, or however, if it was reverse, wave and thumbs up, whichever.
Scary.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's a time traveler.
Maybe. What do y'all think?
Do you believe in time travel, bro?
Man,
I want to,
don't know.
but then I feel like
see. So this is a. I know we're getting a little bit off topic, but this is where the podcast is leading us. So we're just gonna go with it. I think. What if the aliens that we think, like when we see aliens, right?
Yeah.
What if it's really us time traveling?
Us?
Yeah, us.
How would it be us?
Explain that to me. So let me explain, right? So as the evolution, supposedly, I don't believe in evolution, but I do think we do evolve, if that makes sense. Like we do change depending on our environment, but that doesn't mean that we came from monkeys.
No.
In my opinion,
I believe what you're saying.
This is just my opinion. You can have your beliefs, and I'll respect it. You can believe whatever you want. This is just my beliefs. So I think, like over time, our brains, like right now, like for example, in like if you were in the Roman area, right, being strong and being like a super masculine guy and being like the bigger your muscle, the better, because you were able to defend yourself, right? Well, now with the invention of guns, the invention of things, you kind of like weapons and stuff like that, you've made it to where you don't need like muscles. You just need either hire somebody with a gun or you yourself have a weapon. Let's just say that. So then you just need to be smarter. It's not about physical strength. You just need to be smarter than most people. It's about brains.
Yeah.
So then, as technology advances, I think it's gonna keep going that way to where it'll go to where your brain will start to get enlarged, and as it gets bigger, your head has to get bigger because it has to put that bigger brain somewhere, right? Because even if you ask AI,
human beings are gonna adapt eventually, or evolve into like aliens, like the typical
the Greys
figure of an alien. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so because
big head.
yeah. And think about it right now, like let's say with the whole LGBTQ plus whatever community, what is their agenda, right? Of gender neutrality, right? Do aliens have gender?
No. Wait, do they?
I don't think so, bro. I don't think
they reproduce though.
But how?
I've seen aliens fuck before. Don't ask me where. Don't ask me where.
Okay, don't guys, you heard it here first. We are not alone. This man has seen them fuck.
Don't ask me where.
Bro,
just know I've seen what I've seen.
Okay,
all right.
I mean, illegal aliens don't count, bro. God damn.
I'm a curious person. Man. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Bro, 2 people in costumes don't count. Those are called furries. God.
Oh
No, but
fuck.
that's just my theory. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Oh man.
Yeah, just like I always think this, like if, like for example, if every single person that like you talk to, right, if they could build a time machine, what would they go? Would they wouldn't really care about the future.
They go
People
back in
always
time.
go back in time
That's true.
to see, like for example, anytime you ask, like, man, I would love to go back in time to see how the pyramids were made. I would love to go back in time and see Jesus, maybe.
Or try to alter the past, you know, just
Yeah,
something.
just alter the past, exactly. But like, what if it's us and from a future, and it's either they're trying to prevent something from happening, but they have to keep it because it always tells you like when shit, even in Harry Potter, right? That if you go back in time travel, you're not supposed to be seen from
Yeah, you're
your
supposed to
for
stay
your people.
undetected.
Yeah, exactly. So then, what if these accidents were time travelers coming back and being unsuccessful with their ship? Something happened with their ship, and they crash, or I don't know. This is just speculation.
I ain't
You
gonna lie,
know,
that's a reach though, bro. Like,
I mean, it is. I mean, I'm not saying it's not, but
mm,
I don't know.
I could see. My own thing is like, I don't put anything past anybody, or I mean, I feel like nothing is impossible.
Yeah.
So I won't like completely throw it out the window. You feel me? Like, so I entertain all ideas, bro. Cause
Yeah, you never
you
know.
know, you
Right?
never know, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I've seen some shit that I never thought was possible. You know, actually
Like the
happen.
space stuff and all that.
Yeah,
What?
like that's crazy. Like with the NASA stuff,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really
You
thought.
can see the like you don't see the harnesses, but you can see it on their pants
Bro,
getting
yeah,
pulled.
now you can like when you go look for it, now you can tell. Okay,
Yeah.
this is BS. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's the reason. Like, I wonder, is like, why would they lie? Like, what's
I
the
don't
whole
know.
purpose?
I
Like, who
don't know.
cares, right? Like, if you've been to space, that's awesome, that's amazing. But if we haven't, I guess because if we haven't, then there has to be that's proof of a
It's
creator,
controversial.
right?
Oh yeah.
Like
Well,
for example, if this is another if, right? If we are on a flat Earth, right? Let's just say, and it does have a dome, or even if we're not in a flat, what if we are in a sphere Earth, but it has some kind of dome on it that we can't penetrate for whatever reason? Um, then that would be signs of a creator. Like, this couldn't
I
have
don't
been
know,
set
bro.
here without somebody creating this. Whether if we are in a virtual reality,
I find it hard to believe that.
universe or not.
I find it hard to believe that we trapped in here like on Earth, bro. I really do feel like we can like escape, or I guess
You mean you wish we
travel.
can, or you?
I would imagine. I would like
Yeah.
to imagine. Let me say
Yeah.
that. I would like to imagine that the way I've grown up to learn about space, as far as like other planets being a certain planets, because not every
Yeah.
planet because of atmospheric pressure and just
Yeah, yeah.
different elements and stuff. But I would like to believe that we can like vacate Earth and visit like I don't know Mars and like other places are maybe not completely inhabitable, but they're like you
There are
can
at
still
least planets
visit.
out
Yeah,
there.
there are at least planets out there that you can at least like step foot on and visit and
Yeah.
experience, and then maybe come back home and like I guess
See, but
talk about
this is the thing
how
that,
different it
like,
was.
I'm not a physicist or anything, but one thing that I do love space, and I've been
It's really
fascinated. I've
interesting,
been
yeah.
fascinated with space ever since I was little, and I always like wondered about the theory of Einstein, right? The theory of relativity. The faster and deeper you go into space, the slower time gets to you. So if you were to go to a black hole, like, time would stop for you, or time wouldn't stop for you, but it would in our eyes. If we saw you going into the abyss or going into the singularity, right? For us, right before you get sucked in, you would stop. Like, time would stop for us to see you. Like, it would look like you were there forever. You had already been sucked through and disintegrated or whatever happens
Because it's
when you
just
go through.
you think because it's too fast.
Because you're moving faster than the speed of light. So the closer and faster you go into the speed of light, the slower time gets for you.
Could somebody survive that? I don't think so.
No. I mean, as far as no, but we don't know what's on the other side. That's another thing. It could be a start, like it could be a wormhole that maybe it tears you apart and you pop up on the other side fully put together somehow. This is just theory. I'm not
You ever
freaking,
heard about that
I'm
theory
not a
about
scientist or anything.
Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth,
Yeah, like multiple universes.
universes and
Yeah, yeah,
galaxies. It's
yeah.
kind of like the Spider Verse, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You believe in that shit, bro?
Maybe. I mean, everything is possible.
I know we're not the only ones here. I know that for sure.
Maybe that's where aliens come from too. I don't know, but different
That's
universes.
what I'm thinking, bro. Like, what if
I
there's
don't
like
know.
a different species of human That's like a lot more advanced.
Well, like I said before in the podcast,
Like
if you
avatars.
believe in the angels and
And the
demons
heavens and
and
shit.
heaven, like it talks about the third heaven. So what the heck is a third heaven? Like, is that a different universe? Is that obviously that's not our heaven?
Well, there's 7 heavens.
I mean, I don't know, like how many. I know they talk about three in the Bible. I believe. If I could be wrong.
You're talking about heavens, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's seven.
There's 7 heavens.
Is that what it says in the Quran or?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, okay.
There's 7 heavens. And
What's
then
in the seventh? Seventh is
seventh
where
is
our.
the best version of heaven.
Okay.
Like the
So is there seven like
It's
underneath?
Firdaus.
So is there
There's
seven
6.
heaven and
There's like levels. It's like you get,
Yeah.
you know, there's this level of
But-
we call it in Islam we call heaven Jannah.
heaven Jannah?
Yeah, heaven is called Jannah. That's like the Arabic word for heaven. And then like hellfire is called Jahannam.
Jahannam.
Jahannam, yeah. But it's like apparently there's 7 levels of heaven.
And there's six levels of hell.
I don't know how many layers of hell there are.
Okay.
I don't want to find out either.
But it'd be good to know. You know,
It
that
would be
way,
good to know, though. But I do know that there are 7 heavens, and like the 7th one is
Is
obviously
it
like the
is it
best one.
depending on like with your deeds in life of the level?
I guess, yeah,
level?
pretty much, yeah. But I mean, as long as I'm making it to one of them, I'm giving them shit.
I don't know, man. My first one might not be as good as you think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
As long as I get whatever I gotta do to make it, above ground.
Yeah. So okay, so what we got into a little bit of religion. Let's we're gonna hit everything today, because I'm very curious actually now that you brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 7 heavens, right? So what? Damn, I kind of forgot my question. In Islam, what? So oh yeah. So do y'all believe heaven is on this earth, or is this earth gonna get destroyed,
Oh, no,
and then
no,
there's
no.
gonna get recreated, or is another like what's gonna happen
Just
to
like
this earth?
just like I feel like they said this in the Bible too, when it says it all ends in flames.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The same. That's what the same thing. Same. I really feel like Christianity and Islam are like damn like one and the
Brothers.
same, and they're like just like split over time.
Yeah, I
just
think
because
so
of
too. I think a lot of
differences.
religions are like, if you really look at it, as the message is the same,
The
just the
original
messenger
word,
is
the
different.
original word is like the fucking same. I swear, like it's almost the same thing.
It's just different. It's just different names,
Different
right?
interpreters,
Like Allah and Muhammad and Jesus.
And then if you trace back the meaning of everything, it's like it all means the same thing. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like labels, not even like actual names. They're just like titles. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's why I always wonder, like, what was the first religion, like the very first one? Because there had to be a root, right?
Wasn't
There
it
had to-
Judaism?
Nah, I wanna say. No, I wanna say Islam is older than Judaism. I could be wrong. I don't know. Like, but I'm talking about like the very first, like, if you believe in evolution, when the monkey first came, a human.
I don't really believe
Like,
that shit, bro.
Well, or
I don't believe that shit.
see, but the thing about creation, right? Creation, I don't know how it is in the Quran. When the Bible, it was creation is 6,000 years ago.
Okay.
Like when Adam and Eve supposedly lived, it was about 6,000 years. We're finding ruins that are 12,000.
Yeah, way.
So it's
before
like,
that.
well,
Dinosaurs
what was
are way
that?
before that.
And every religion, I want to say written, have talked about. The earth has been destroyed 4 times. I think one in flames, 2 times in ice, so that's 3, and 1 in water, which is the
I
flood,
remember.
right?
The
So
Great Flood.
we're due for the 5th one, and the 5th one might be fire.
Fire.
Which is either global warming or us actually killing each other with nuclear bombs.
I think that's what it's gonna end up being is like self-destruction.
They said that's
Because-
what happened to Mars. That it seems like there's a lot of nuclear.
Wait, so people have
debris.
been on Mars and have destroyed Mars? What
Well,
you saying?
supposedly Mars looked a lot like us. Like it was Earth, but on a smaller scale, and something destroyed its atmosphere.
So that's why it's unhappy. It's like
Yeah, that's why everything is dry, because they took the atmosphere, and once you take the atmosphere,
And eventually,
everything went away.
if we keep on like waving our guns around and flexing who has the biggest bomb and the biggest,
Yeah,
nuke.
when they talk
like-
about guns, it's nuclear
Yeah, like-
nuclear weapon.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like eventually, that's what's gonna happen to us down here on Earth because, yeah, you can nuke this country, nuke that country, but like it's the after effects.
What would happen if that stuff went off like accidentally?
You can't make those type of accidents, bro. That's not an accident you can make.
It's not like a nuclear reactor that could just
don't-
accidentally.
Bro, they have
Like-
fail safe. These people aren't stupid. I would like to hope so because you can't make certain mistakes like that, bro. Like, there's people that are still being affected by the Yeah, and that's at that time. What is that in the 40s? That Hiroshima and
Oh,
Nagasaki bomb in
yeah.
Japan. Like
Hmm.
people are. I'm pretty sure there's people's lives are still being affected by that today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like certain things just cannot be mistakes. Like when you possess that much power, you know, to like create that much destruction, you have to be very intentional about how you use that. You feel me? You
Yeah.
can't make mistakes. And if you can only use it when you mean to use it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
that's why like I feel as though like everybody's like I mean obviously the world leaders like the world powers like they all possess one. I'm sure you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They all
like the
flex
top
it,
world. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they haven't hit it yet because I mean I'm sure they know what's at stake, bro. Like it's not just the opponent's human lives. Like bro, like that fucks up a lot of shit, bro.
Yeah.
That fucks money up, business, like lives, even the soil, the water.
Yeah.
Like
Everything.
it
You
all
can't.
comes
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
down to you. So
Yeah.
it's like you're really shooting yourself in the foot. You know what I'm
I
saying?
want to say the world would look like
Like a full of craters.
not only that, but I think it would look like the Book of Eli. You know what I'm
Exactly.
talking about? Where it's like all
Everything's just
just destroyed. Yeah.
destroyed and just like terrible.
And the biggest commodity is bullets. Like that's like what people need to
Yeah.
be able to just
And that's
survive.
like money won't mean shit no more. Like it's all about survival of the fittest and just kill or be killed. It literally be the Wild West, like wilderness.
See, it's very interesting though, because over time, if you look at civilizations, they have always went underground for some reason. They said that it's actually like if we were living through an ice age, there wouldn't be no way for us to be this populated. Like we have 8 billion going to 9 billion people, right? If we were in an ice age, they gotta think about when do crops grow or when does anything grow. You can't grow it over ice. You can't grow it over
No.
snow. So right now, even though people are like complaining about global warming and it is getting hotter, like because
No,
even
Texas
my
is
parents,
crazy.
dude, like right now we're in June, dude, it's over 100 degrees.
Nigga, this
That
past
used
two
to be.
weeks have been blazing.
Yeah, so dude, it's an oven outside,
Yeah.
and it. I remember when in the '90s when I was little, that used to start like in August.
Yeah, late.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
at the end of summer.
Yeah, yeah, at the end of
And
summer,
now it's like
at the beginning of it.
beginning, bro. Sometimes, and even I could even go as far as to argue that in Texas, bro, we barely get like winters for sometimes.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
during winter, I remember during winter it would be on and off, but bro, like in winter we'd reach at least like 88, 90 sometimes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then it'd come back down. Like maybe we'll hit a cold front after like a
Oh,
bunch
like
of rain.
recently,
I'm saying like
like
this year.
now, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like this, I'm talking about this year, bro.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't stay cold for very long.
No,
in
because I
Texas,
because
at
I
least.
remember when I first moved to the United States, it was bro, it would winter would be winter. Like
Yeah.
every day you needed a jacket.
It was cold, exactly.
Yeah, it was cold. As soon as fall came through, and then November, late November, December, January,
All
February,
through
it'll be
what?
cold.
February, exactly.
Yeah, February would be cold, and then was it May? No, March. It would
March,
start to
heat up a
get
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah, and it
But
would
it
feel
wouldn't get
nice.
hot.
No, it
get,
wouldn't get like
nice.
this.
Like
It's freaking
80s,
crazy.
70s. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Nice weather. Nowadays, bro, you step out. Even no matter even if you have AC, I
Dude.
feel like you step out, you're gonna sweat before you get any type of AC. Like
Yeah.
blown on you in the car.
Or in
bro.
the car,
That's
yeah,
how I
yeah,
feel.
yeah, yeah. That's
Like I
it
just
blows
walk
hot.
into like from the car, from the parking lot to the to inside the store, bro. Like I'm already like what I'm
Just
saying
sweating,
sweat. I'm
yeah.
like fuck, dude. I've barely been out here for like 20 seconds.
Dude, can you imagine for the people that like I feel for all the people that
Homeless
work.
people. Actually,
Not but the people.
he said fuck the homeless.
I mean,
Goddamn,
I don't know, bro. It's I'm just saying.
He said nah, not them niggas.
I care more about the people that work.
Nah,
and it's not like the construction workers.
Oh, dude, yeah,
like
facts.
they're out there hustling. I mean, I'm not saying a
Bro,
homeless
imagine
person.
us, how we used to do back in the shop, bro.
Yeah, it'd be hot as hell.
The other day, yesterday, I did an oil change.
On the floor?
In the garage at home. And then I was like in the garage and it's hot as fucking. I'm like, bro.
Dude, yes.
When I was done, I'm talking about, I looked like I did P90X, bro. On God, like my shit was drenched. And I'm like, bro, I used to do this for a living, bro.
Yeah.
Every day.
It's crazy how quick your body gets used to not being in the heat.
Bro, yes.
You know what I
And
mean?
I'm like, bro, this is so hard for me. But like, just because it's so hot and like the space is cramped, but I guess in the shop it's a little easier because you have space to like move
The
around.
doors are open, the wind.
Doors open.
But usually there will be
It's
no
still
wind.
hot and it's humid. You know what I'm saying? Because all that heat is getting trapped.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's not like there's air conditioning.
Especially
At
here
least in our shop,
Houston.
it wasn't.
Yeah. No.
So like, imagine yourself just cramped under it, like, and it's hot as hell, and the car is still like kind of like hot. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all the
Oh
way
yeah,
cool.
dude. When people come right off the highway, I need an oil change.
Yeah,
It's
dude, I'm like,
fuck,
fuck,
dude.
bro. I used to do this for a living, like
Yeah.
five, some maybe sometimes depending on the week it was 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to us, man.
Yeah.
We
Back
went-
in the day.
Back in the day, man. Never going back. I'll tell you that much right now. What a time. Definitely experience that I needed though, but
Yeah, I
what's
mean
we'll
that's
leave
what
that
you
for
wanted, right?
yeah,
Like
no
those
facts.
parents,
That's what I was in it
you learn a lot. So,
for sure.
but I want to get a little bit back to the submarine thing. You
Oh,
know,
yes.
like my condolences do go out to the families
R.I.P.,
that
man.
that have lost these family members, regardless of who they were or whatever they did. You know, they're still people, and the family's still gonna mourn them. So my condolences go out to y'all. Hopefully they'll find out what exactly happened, because I know right now they're in the process of recovering what is left of
Whatever's left, yeah, anything.
of the wreckage. And that's another thing too, that I would think that the whole submarine would be together. Like if it imploded, it's not an explosion where like dump debris everywhere. And I mean, I'm not an expert, so
I mean,
this
think
is
about it,
just
bro.
my thinking.
It's still like pieces of
Crushing,
of
just
metal.
but
Yeah,
crushing.
they'd be crushing, but like it happened so fast. I'm pretty sure something flew somewhere. Like something
Yeah.
got something got detached. I'm sure not everything. But that's so scary though.
Yeah.
That's like you ever seen a hydraulic press?
They would have to find bones though, right?
Yeah, they'd have to find something.
They have to find, like, if they pull it out, and it's compressed. Like if you get if you get a compactor, right, and you get compacted,
Yeah, you
like
still
and
get
then they
something,
clean, you'll
yeah.
still have the bones,
Yeah,
like whether
sure.
they're crushed or not. They'll have and especially 5. That's a lot.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of bones. So it's like, I don't know, man. They should be able
That's
to.
some
They should
scary
be able to
shit.
find bodies. That's all I'm saying.
My heart really goes out to. I mean, my heart goes out to everybody on that submarine.
Yeah.
But like more so the 19-year-old kid, because he had such a good
Dude,
heart. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? He was just trying to like be with his pops.
Yeah.
Just kick it with his dad
Yeah.
for Father's Day. And I really do feel like the stepson should have a lot more remorse than he sounds like he has, bro. Cause
But at the same time, we don't know the story.
But then
man,
I don't know exactly. I can't judge because like you never know, bro. Like
Middle Eastern fathers aren't like the
most
easiest.
accepting,
Yeah.
And I think he's white and the guy's Middle Eastern, so I
Oh.
don't know how that works. Not saying that, you know what I'm saying.
So he got remarried to a white woman.
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
Maybe there's some resentment there, bro. I don't know.
I'm sure, bro. Come on now, like.
Well, think about like
I don't have a
like
step.
like.
Step, no.
Imagine if you had a
I have
stepdad.
a half brother.
Yeah, but imagine if his dad was raising you.
Oh, we have the same dad.
I know, but what if his
His mom.
yeah, his mom. Well,
Yeah,
imagine if your
yeah,
dad
exactly.
wasn't your dad.
Oh yeah. But I feel that it's not gonna be the same.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I feel that. That's just always like really like. So many gray areas when it comes to like step and half kids and shit. Like you're never gonna treat them like your own.
It's not even that. Okay, so I will give an example. It's almost like how close you are, because even it could be your real dad, but if he mistreated you and you have resentment, and like let's say for example, you're growing up and he would beat you, abuse you, do whatever, and something happens to him, you kind of don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some people in some instances you're probably like happy that.
Yeah,
you know?
or like you do that, or like, man, I probably don't have to deal with them or whatnot. I'm not saying that's the case, but just like even when close family something happens, like if you weren't close to a grandma and she passed away, you're just like, like,
it doesn't
oh,
really have an effect on you.
yeah, it doesn't have an effect on you exactly. It's
feel
like,
that.
well, so I had a concert. Well, I guess I'll still go. I mean, it's not her funeral yet, so.
I don't know, bro. Like, just
Like,
be remorseful.
Yeah,
Like, dude.
I'm not saying he's not going to his funeral. Like that'd be messed up. If he didn't go to his funeral, that'd be messed up.
He probably
But-
will go. I'm sure he will. Like,
Yeah.
His family's involved. You know what I'm saying? His mom. I'm
Maybe it was already planned, bro. He already had the tickets and the non-refundable.
Maybe he was like, I'm not missing them.
no.
I don't care what happens. I'm not missing the.
He
next
said he
week.
got backstage passes and.
Bro, imagine
Probably.
all access. But you're a fucking billionaire. Who gives a fuck? And then another thing that I kind of like felt was.
But it's not his billions. It's his dad. What if he doesn't?
Dad.
What if he's not getting that?
Exactly, because he was like, believe it or not, I only have about $100 to my name. That's what he said.
maybe he's not getting
This man
nothing,
was
bro.
like actually going off. He was on Twitter just like talking. I was like, bro. And then
He
was, like,
obviously has
messaging
resentment.
OnlyFans
Obviously, I don't know
models.
about this. What?
Then he was like messaging OnlyFans models. Like they had found some tweets where he's like messaging OnlyFans models, and she was like something about
Is he
sitting on
goofy
me. He's like,
looking?
me please or something like
Is
that.
he like?
He was like a he was
Nerd
like that type. He was
yeah.
like that type. He was like the type to like a square.
Like a simp?
Like a simp, bro. He looked like the type. I don't know.
Why
So
though?
I'm feeling like I don't know, bro. Like
He have money. He can get a personal trainer, or even a chef.
shit, surgery if you felt lazy. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
I
saying?
guess.
I'm just saying if you felt lazy, because everyone
Yeah,
knows like
but
they do
you
that.
could see that that's not. I don't think girls want like if you put
Girls
fake
want,
boobs. I mean, fake
bro.
pecs.
Girls want money. So
Oh yeah, I
I
mean,
don't
if you
care
got
how
money,
you look.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna
What's what I'm saying? That's why I
you're
don't
gonna rock
understand
it.
why he,
I don't know. I don't know, but
But maybe that's why he has $100 to his name. He's like, you're
maybe
not.
because he wasn't getting. I feel like that's probably why he didn't
And
care too much. He's like, well, no, he didn't give me any money. You know what I'm saying? Or
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
something like that. Like, God forgive me if I'm sinning, if I'm telling this wrong, because I don't know the, I don't know
Oh,
the
I'm sure he'll
facts.
come out on his Twitter and set you straight.
Oh yeah, for sure. He gonna blast me on Twitter. Fuck it. Don't follow me, man. Ice Cube, you got me. But
It's what they say. Any publicity is good
all
publicity,
publicity,
right?
exactly. All publicity is good publicity. Run up the goddamn subscribers. Or something.
Somehow, right? People were like, man, I don't subscribe.
Fuck it.
Nah, but that's crazy, man. Like, I don't know. What do y'all think, guys? Like, what are y'all's theories on what happened and what could have
I
done
feel like
differently or something?
they
I
should
don't
have
know.
aborted mission once they. But I feel like maybe it might have been too late to call that. Maybe they should have aborted mission before when they started seeing oxygen levels depleting at some
But
point.
see, I don't think they had. I don't think they had that problem. I don't think they had any oxygen deplete. Like that was just in case like a mechanical failure and it just sank to the bottom and it was intact. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
if you were buried alive
exactly.
and you had and
it never
you
imploded. It just
yeah, it
like
never
sunk.
imploded. Yeah, it just sunk. Then you have a limited time of oxygen.
But
Like
either way,
you have compared depending on the square feet of the place, how many people are breathing, and like if they're I don't know, like they would kind of give a timeline of how many hours you would have. But if it imploded, then it's like all that don't matter.
at the end of the day, though, I really do think they could have like invested in better.
You know what I think
Better
and
people.
I don't understand why. I mean, hopefully moving forward they'll implement this, or if
What
they
happens to
don't,
the
I don't know.
company? Because the CEO is on that.
Yeah, I mean the company will probably sell, go back and grow up. I don't know, change names. I don't know, whatever.
Crazy.
But I don't. What I don't get is why it wasn't attached to a rope, like a safety line.
So like to
Like
pull 'em
have
back
it
up.
hooked. Yeah, if something goes wrong, like dude,
That's a good question.
you have a boat
He could
on
have got caught
top.
on something though. There's a lot of shit down there.
No, but they said there was
Just open space?
that piece of ocean is just
Water.
seabed, yeah, water, and just
Damn.
like even in the bottom, there's like no, because they were thinking that like what if they hit, maybe they thought maybe it hit the Titanic or something, like because it's so dark, maybe it hit the Titanic, made a puncture and imploded. But they were like, well, we found the part of the wreckage is pretty far away from the Titanic.
Damn, so he didn't even
So-
get close, bro.
I mean, they were close, like they were in the vicinity. Let's say, like if the Titanic is right here, they were over there.
It's still a ways out.
Yeah, it was a ways.
Underwater.
Yeah, it was a ways out. Yeah, pitch black. Cause I was like wondering. I was like, man, how come they couldn't find it? And then I started looking at it. Like it's pitch black. You can't see nothing. So it's
My
like,
claustrophobia would have kicked in. So I'm not even claustrophobic, but in the situation
oh
like
yeah,
that,
bro. Like
I'd have been
Yeah,
I'd been
yeah.
ventilating, panicking, man. I'd have been fuck that shit, bro. I'm black. We don't. Do
that's
shit
what
like
I'm
that.
saying, bro. Like
I'm
even if
adventurous as a black man, but I don't
even
fuck with shit like
if
that.
I was that, like, I would say I would be like, man, send a robot and I'll see it through camera and be like, damn,
Yeah.
I was on top of it. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying,
Like it's the
like,
same thing.
You got.
I don't
it's not
got
like
a
you
fist.
don't have the- it's not like
You
don't have
can't
the
touch
money.
it.
You don't have the resources. I mean, you do have the resources. You got the money. You have the means. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like they could have gone about doing this so much better, bro. So much
I
better.
don't know. It's kind of like okay, so this is kind of a thing too that could have happened to Jay Bezos, cause he went to space. Remember when he did the
He took
whole
some
thing?
18-year-old to space too.
Yeah. He took a couple of friends, himself to space. That mission was successful. Obviously, another billionaire doing crazy things, but that could have gone badly as well.
True.
You know what I mean? And then we
We're
would
more
be having the
familiar
exact
with
same thing.
space than we
Yeah,
are
yeah,
deep
definitely.
water. You feel me?
And I don't think they just went to the stratosphere. They didn't go like into like
Yeah, they
space.
ain't going on no space.
Yeah, so they weren't really subjected to like pressures and vacuum. They were just they were still technically on Earth. They could just like
They got a
see,
better view of
Yeah,
space,
better view
pretty
of space.
much.
Yeah. They could see the black.
That's still a flex though.
Yeah, I mean for sure. Like I'm not knocking it. Like
No,
you know.
I'd want to be,
I don't know if I would do that either though. Like go,
would.
I don't know, bro.
Space is so interesting to me, bro.
Yeah.
Deep water, bro. I can't even fucking swim.
I would have like how many launches have you done? This is your first one. I ain't on it.
No. I would ask a bunch of questions before. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if they had to do a waiver.
Mm,
Or was
maybe.
he like was Bezos that confident in his
You think so?
engineers of, you
But the
know?
thing is, like, you have allocated, I'm sure, millions of dollars into
Nah,
an
it had to be
aircraft, or
billions, bro.
billions
Yeah, it
even.
had to be
Got
billions.
billions.
Yeah.
Okay, billions of dollars into what is supposed to be a very, you know, intricate project to make sure that I make it out there
And make
and
it
back
back. Yeah.
safely. You know what I'm saying? So I would assume they've done, trial runs and, test runs and test phases. And I'm talking about multiple phases, not just like a couple or three.
Yeah.
Like, you got to make sure this shit is guaranteed to bring us back home safely,
Well,
bro.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying?
he thought it was. Obviously, the CEO wouldn't have gotten in there if it
It ain't no
didn't. Blame him.
regular ass trip though, bro. You gotta
No.
prepare for it. And then that small ass submarine, bro. I've never seen a submarine. I state again, I've never seen a submarine that size before.
Well, I've never seen a submarine that size go that deep. Let's say that because
Exactly.
I have seen those like personal submarines that there's like one person that you slide
Kind
in
of like the one
and
in
the
The
bubble.
Simpsons.
Yeah, yeah, like those. But they're not going
They
thousands
ain't
of
going that
feet.
deep.
They're
Bro, that
not going
glass, I feel
thousands.
like glass would fucking shatter if anything.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. But still, so what was the whole point? Okay, so this is my thing, right? If the submarine didn't have glass to see the Titanic, what was the point of going down there? If they were gonna go and see it, be like see it with camera, because if it was completely
Oh, I see what you're saying.
completely covered up and
Yeah.
you were just in there to be in there,
They had cameras, I think.
then what the heck is the point? I could do that up on the top of the
That's true.
ship and send a robotic, those
Yeah.
yellow ones that are big that can
Yeah.
reach down
That's
there,
true.
and even those, I want to say those have a rope, those have an attachment. If something fails, they can pull it back up. Why
I
wouldn't
don't
this
know.
one? Like I would assume that the one with people with human life would have
The,
like
the most safety
a cable
measures.
connected
Yeah.
on top of it. Like you can go wherever you want, do
Mm-hmm.
whatever, but if you're like, hey, I need to abort my missions, the motors have failed, pull me up. They can pull them up, or if they lose communications,
So
because
even
that's
if
what
they didn't
happened.
implode, they could still pull up, I guess, the
Yeah,
remains. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
That's what I'm saying, and they would know for sure. Like, hey, like right away that Sunday, like,
Yeah.
hey, this happened.
Yeah, this
Instead
it
of
left people
searching for
guessing
it.
since like Monday. Niggas been guessing like
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
going
yeah,
on with
yeah.
this submarine and
And
what missing.
and that's what's so weird that
And they went out together, right? It wasn't just one submarine. Wasn't it like
I don't know.
two?
That I don't know. I don't be lying on there.
And one,
But
I don't know.
I do know that what I don't get is why the boat on top took so long to even call the Coast Guard or call, but like it happened Sunday. They didn't call for like hours. They lost communications with the boat for quite a bit of time before they decided to be like, oh crap, maybe something happened. It's like, dude, if you lost communications with the boat,
Immediately.
why didn't you like, hey, what the heck happened?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
5 minutes. Like, hey, I'm not getting a response. I'm gonna call National Guard or some kind of
The response,
government. Like,
yeah.
why take almost however they took a long time to involve authorities or involve search crews or like, hey, what happened? I don't know. That to me is a little strange.
You think there's something sketchy behind all this, bro?
Maybe, I don't know.
They also did say that this was a kind of a distraction because apparently there was like a ship that went missing carrying 700 immigrants that nobody's talking about, and that just like disappeared at sea.
See that's another thing too that we were discussing a couple friends. We were like, and my wife, she was like, "What if it's a distraction?" I was like, "Well, what's going on right now? Like, what's happening in the
There's
in
always
the
something
world?
going on
You
in the
know,
world, bro.
because we're even distracted by it. We're talking about it. No, one thing that did happen is apparently we made a mistake of $1 billion with
6.2 billion.
Yes,
I saw that
with
shit.
Ukraine. Like we're
Yes.
like, oh, we accidentally sent you 6.2 billion more to Ukraine. But you know what? Don't send it back.
Y'all can keep. Yeah,
You can
that
keep
shit.
it because we're gonna keep giving you more anyway.
And
So
that's
you
on top
might
of
as
the
well
money
keep
that we've already given
Yes.
from this year. This is looking like over $10 billion, bro.
Bro, and that's what I'm saying. And it's not like the United States is like.
And it's not like our economy can
bro,
afford this.
Exactly. It's not like the United States has the money to be like yeah, who needs some more? Who needs
Nah.
Bro, we're over here like, we need that money.
Exactly, bro. I remember.
I don't know, man.
This is one of the reasons why they stopped giving out stimulus checks. I remember after the pandemic, I think they gave out what, two?
Yeah, they gave out
They gave out two. First one in 2020,
Yeah.
and I think the next one in
Bro,
2021.
well, that ain't billions though.
It's not. Well, that was billions. Because I
But
think about it for everybody in the
but
United
okay,
States.
so what I'm saying is,
It ain't as much as they've
So,
given to Ukraine though.
that's what I'm saying. Like the billions that they print, I think that no, they didn't print billions. They print trillions, and they gave us probably like 5% maybe.
Of course they're
And then it was like, well, what the hell did you do with the rest of the 95%? Like, where's that at?
our money isn't backed by shit, is it?
No, I didn't back back shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Literally shit.
That's crazy.
It's fake.
That's crazy.
It's nothing.
That's wild, actually.
If the only thing maybe backing it up is oil, and the sad part is that we did have a good reserve, but they stopped fracking. So now we are back to dependent of Russia's oil, Saudi
And all these
Arabia
people are
oil.
with BRICS.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
all
with
joint
BRICS, yeah. You know, they all joined it. Brazil, even Mexico is joining it.
Damn.
You know, so
I
there's
feel like
like,
they're trying to cripple the United States in the
You-
long run.
but like I always say, the only way the United States will fail is internally.
Yeah, facts.
If it destroys itself, that's the only way. It's the only way the United States will fall.
You don't think the BRICS will affect us as much as people think it's
No,
gonna?
because if we wanted to, we could be energy dependent. We don't need our oil. We don't need oil from anybody. If we would just frack our own oil, there's hundreds of thousands of millions of gallons of oil in
But it's just like
Alaska and
other
parts
countries
of the
have
United States.
richer soil to do that though. Like they have
Yeah, yeah,
bad or
yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you know
Like
what
in the
I'm
Middle East, there's a tons of
saying?
oil.
Africa,
Yeah,
Middle
yeah.
East,
You have
like,
gold. Yeah, yeah.
they got a
Diamonds.
lot.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the soil is rich as shit. Like it's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
the richest soil on earth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Overseas.
Yeah, yeah. But
We only have what we have here.
but we do have a diverse part of it. That's the thing. The thing that we don't have, I think, is the stuff to make the batteries for like electric
Okay,
cars.
yeah.
That's one thing that I'm not too sure. And also like
That's something the West benefits from the most.
uranium, like uranium deposits. I don't think we have much of that, which is what they use to make nuclear bombs and nuclear reactors.
I feel like nuclear bombs. I know this is probably off topic and just like random as hell.
No, we've been talking about.
But I feel like that should be like
illegal.
illegal, like on a national level.
But then what would they do? What would they do with the bombs that they have? Decommission them?
I don't know. How do you even?
And then
how do you do that?
exactly, that's my point.
You can't blow it up because then that defeat the purpose.
Yeah, yeah. So then what do?
I don't know.
You just keep it stored underground and then hopefully it never blows up. That's what I was asking. Like, could they accidentally an earthquake
Detonate
moves and it like implodes or? That's what I'm asking. Like, what is it? Like, I don't know. I'm too dumb. Like
Fuck,
to like
bro.
understand
I hate
like
that we even
what,
know how to
what-
make shit like that, bro. Like, it's literally like mass destruction. Like, why do we even?
Dude,
why would we want some shit like that? We don't need no shit like that.
it's-
We already gonna
yeah.
die anyway.
I think it's like for like who has the bigger guns, like protection.
biggest
you know?
balls, bro. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got the biggest balls. It's just people like a bunch of weirdos flexing their manpower. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really all it is. And it's really just dumb because it's like, okay, yeah, you killed them, and then what? Now we're
Then they
fucked
kill
too.
you, and then it's just like
Now
it's
what? And then what? I swear to God, the only question you ask is then what? And then what?
Yeah. You know what's so weird though? Is like I don't get like why we have to be at war and just at all.
At all, exactly.
Like I get why, but I don't understand
get why.
why. Like I get
A lot of
why
shit can be
'cause
resolved.
I get like I know it sounds weird like why and why, but like I understand that people don't like other people just because of their culture, their religion, whatever, right?
That's because they just
But-
don't know. That's why.
That's my point. It's like why can't they just be understanding of like, hey, you do you, and we do us, and we live in harmony.
Or learn about the next man or the next person, period, and you know, you probably won't hate them as much.
I feel like it's always because I think it's greed. I think it's because somebody's always trying to
that power. People they lust for power. Like
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
very very power. Like I
Hungry.
feel like a lot of niggas get off the power. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they actually like it's not even about money no more. It's just about like actual power, influence.
I think it goes for both genders. You know, the two genders that we have. I think it's male and female that have those power trips.
Yeah, everybody has power.
Yeah,
trips.
like once you get into that a state of power, I feel like most people,
especially if you've
like-
never experienced this shit before.
yeah, most people will like it will go to their head really easy.
Yeah, newfound power always. You know what I'm saying? Even with Spider-Man, like, he had to be reminded by Uncle Ben, like, with
Yeah,
great
yeah,
power
yeah.
comes great responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
And
don't
then
misuse this.
dude dies. Do you think that's why he had to die?
I feel like that's
to
his last
humble-
wise words. To humble Spider-Man and, like, so
Yeah.
he can, like, refocus his... Because I feel like, remember he was getting, like, sloppy and, like, real, like, cocky, I guess,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And then he had to, like... That's,
Get
man, life
checked.
will humble you, bro. I tell you that right now, man. That's why I'm humble as fuck, bro. Because, like, if you act like a little cocky ass, you can be. I mean, but life will humble you eventually,
Yeah.
bro. And it's not gonna be nice. It's not gonna be very nice at all. I've been there, done that before. Like I'm humble as hell. And I
Yeah.
thank God for it, bro, because life is gonna life you.
Yeah.
Life is gonna life you hard.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing too. Like everybody tries to play with nature, and
You
nature
never
will
win.
always win. Yeah,
Yeah, you
nature
never
will always
win.
win.
People always think they're bigger than God. You can't fight that, bro. You can't
What do
fight
you
the force.
see? But I feel like it's because most people nowadays don't believe in God.
Yeah, nobody believes in God
So if you
anymore.
don't believe in God, so then you're gonna think that you are God. You get what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like you'll think you're invisible. Like especially you got all the money, you got all the power. What's gonna happen to you?
I just feel like people have never been like seen, they never felt like God's presence, or they've never like the fear of God has never been put into them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they don't like understand like
Dude, like
what it means to
imagine,
revere something like that.
imagine like people are scared of thunder, right? Now imagine if like what is thunder? Obviously, thunder is clouds. I know the science behind it. Clouds clashing each other and they make, thunder. Um, but it's like if that scares people, like if imagine if God's voice was like that and it was just like constant of just thunder, because dude, sometimes thunder can get and it'll
Oh
shake
yeah,
your
shake the
your room.
room. Yeah.
It's like, dude, that's like hundreds of feet, if not thousands of feet up in the air,
Imagine
and
if you were
it
like
does,
directly.
yeah, directly under it, bro.
Number one, you'd go deaf for sure, for sure.
I want to say sound could kill you if it's
Oh
right.
yeah, for sure.
Like if it's the right frequency and the right amount, it would
Fuck
like.
yeah,
I
fucking make
think
your
it.
ears bleed or some
Well, I
shit.
think it like destroys you from the in. Explode from the inside
Implode.
or implode from the inside. What I don't know. I'm not sure.
That's crazy.
Like you're. I want to
But
say
sound
you're.
waves
I
are
want
nothing
to
but
say. I want
vibrations.
to. Yeah, it's
So
vibration. I want.
violent ass vibrations will definitely kill you.
Yeah, it would like I want to say it would explode your organs. Like it would like shake
Yeah,
them and
probably
it.
distort your shit. Yeah, rupture
Yeah,
something
yeah,
inside.
it will
Yeah,
rupture all kinds
you
of
probably
stuff.
like internally bleed and just die out that way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's true.
They said that I heard like Pompeii. I think whenever it did it, it could have the sound was so loud that it could have if you because people heard it like around the world when it exploded that it would have killed you, like the sound wave, which is crazy. Like everything has waves like sound, light
Like
light is waves. So it's like everything that we see is just a frequency.
it's freak. Everything is frequency, bro.
Like even though we think it's a solid, it's vibrating. Like
Yeah,
this
literally.
table is for vibrating.
Yeah, literally.
So then we're just made of vibration.
Yeah, if you took a camera and you actually like, those like higher resolution cameras
Mm-hmm.
where you can like really really zoom in. I forgot there's this
Like the
channel.
slow mo
The
cameras.
slow mo guys
Yeah,
on
yeah,
YouTube. You've seen their
I've seen
channel.
them. Yeah, I love that shit.
That shit's really cool.
Yeah,
I love their stuff. And then you zoom in like you literally if I do like this or something, like you heard that
They
little flick.
they can see it moving.
Yeah, like
or
you
what?
can like you would see it's really slight. It depends on what it is obviously.
Yeah,
But this
yeah.
is probably like harder to do than this, but or like
Yeah,
that's
it's just the
vibrating,
molecules depending how tight, compact they are.
Exactly. Because obviously, the freer they are, the more you'll
Yeah,
see
yeah.
movement. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? The
yeah.
easier it is to see it move. But
It's like air.
like air, exactly. That's why you can't see air because everything's like just.
That's what
scattered.
and that's my point. It's like, man, and that's where the whole premise. Like I said, I'm not a physicist or anything, but that's the whole premise of a string theory, where
String theory.
where is the I don't know if this whole premise. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, I'm not a freaking scientist or anything. I just watch a lot of TV shows and I'm very interested in science. But it's like everything is a sound. Everything has a vibration, right? So it's like if everything has a vibration, everything is made of like everything can be mathematical. Why aren't we in a simulation? Why couldn't this be a simulation? Like that would make sense.
I see what you're saying.
Like your body right now, you have a resonance. Like and that's why people say that your aura.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
and then
Your
you
energy.
can and your energy, right? And you can feel when there's like ominous
Weird.
like
That is very true though.
and you're like you go into like a house and you're like, dude, like
It feels-
you get goosebumps.
Yeah, that's true.
So that it's like everything has a resonance and everything has a frequency that you move in. Even our bodies, our cells are vibrating to a certain frequency that either attracts
Maybe
negative
that's our
things.
Superpower, bro. As
What do you
human
mean?
beings, like that's just like part of something that we're able to detect, from one another. Because I always imagine this, like I really wish I could, bro, like access 100% of my brain. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine, I really do feel like we'd have like telekinesis, you know what I'm saying, or something. We'd be able to do something that like would be considered abnormal or like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I'm saying, a superpower to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a regular
Yeah.
average human being.
Like be
you
able
feel
to
me?
move.
Yeah,
things,
like
yeah.
or I don't know, supersonic thinking, or like your brain will be able to process
So
everything
let me ask you a
at the
question
speed
on
of
that
light.
one. Do you so I know you're Muslim, but how like Jesus obviously was a human being that was here in this earth, and this man walked on water.
Yeah.
He was still a man.
All and then the whole splitting of
That was Moses.
that was Moses. And
Yeah.
I'm just saying like that's still like another
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. I mean that
crazy
was
theory. You know
still
what I'm saying?
so
Not a
that
theory,
one
it's
could be
fact.
that one could be explained because even the Bible says there was a great wind. So where they think it happened, if you look, there's like an underwater land bridge. So if you get enough wind, it will actually start to separate the water for a little bit, and that would pop up.
Okay.
And then, so
But
that one can
walking
be
on
explained.
water.
But a man walking on the ocean. Imagine you at the Pacific where the Titanic is sinking, and you just see somebody just straight
On
up
the
walking
surface,
on
just
the
like
surface, bro. Like freaking Naruto. Freaking just
yes, that's
walking,
crazy.
bro. And then it tells you that if you believe in him, that you can walk on the water too. You're not a heavenly being, bro. You're just a regular
You're
human.
not a divine. That's
You're not a
crazy.
divine person. So this is actually written in the Bible that supposedly happened or happened. Um, I want to say it was Peter. I can't remember. Don't quote me. And if you do know, please leave a comment down below who it was.
Take us to church,
Grab, yeah, takes us to church.
man.
Grabs him from the hand, and he is walking on water. But then he sees the waves coming at him, and he's scared. So then he starts to drown or starts to sink, and he's like, "God, save me, save me!" And he's like, "I thought I told you if you believe in me, you can do anything." So then it's like, bro, that person walked on water too, like a human being. So
An average Joe.
an average Joe, like you right now, going outside and freaking, I had a
Walking on
pond and start walking on
10
water,
foot
like
pool.
yeah, just freaking doing jump rope on that bitch and just
That was crazy, bro.
like how?
I ain't gonna lie, I do feel like that's why I say like back in like old times, a lot of like supernatural activity was a lot more prevalent now than today. There's a lot more like
But why? What has changed?
well, the presence of more and more and more like demonic energy. Let's be honest. Like the world has gotten darker over time.
yeah, that's for sure. But do you think it's maybe our mindset? Like our mindset is not resonating because everything has a frequency, right? If you have for example,
Are you telling me that if
if
you believe hard enough, you can do that shit? What you're saying?
yeah, that's what it says in the Bible. Like literally, if you 100% believe it, like without
I don't think so. Well, that's because
because
we're
you don't
not
believe
wired to
it.
think that way.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So you
it's
don't.
true.
But like, if you 100% like you had no doubt that you could do it, I'm pretty sure you could do it. Like
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
but
I
like
be
one hundred
wanting to
percent,
believe
there was
everything
no
in the
doubt.
Holy
Like there
Ghost.
was you're just like walking like if it was land, and
That's
you
the thing
never
about
even
religion,
doubted it.
though. If you doubt anything in the like holy books, like if I doubt anything in the Quran, then it's like I have to question: Am I really a complete Muslim?
Nah, I don't think so because we're not
That's the
perfect.
thing, though. That you have to believe all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Like like
As
you
a
have to
Christian, you
believe
have to believe
that
everything in this Bible is
it's 100%
100%
true.
true
Yeah, yeah.
facts. And as a Muslim, I have to believe everything in this Quran is 100%
Yeah.
true facts. No matter
Like historic
how
events.
outlandish it might sound
Yeah,
to
yeah,
you.
yeah.
But that's because it don't make sense to me because obviously that was written at such a long time ago. And like I said,
Yeah.
like certain things that happen or that are happening now, or excuse me, that happened then, we couldn't even imagine happening now because it just sounds absurd. It sounds like,
Yeah.
bro,
Well,
for
well,
real.
if you think about let's take it like less mystical, right? Even building the pyramid sound absurd.
Yeah, that's just perfect, perfect, perfect structures,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
don't perfect,
yeah.
perfect.
That like
Perfect.
we can't even do that right now.
That's what I'm saying.
So it seems absurd to us because we don't have the technology or like even the Tibet monks, they would supposedly transfer 100 tons or really heavy rocks with sound. Like they would do
With
like
sound.
with sound. Like yeah, they would like levitate. And they're actually doing experiments right now. Like science right now is actually levitating stuff with sound currently. Like you never seen the where they drop water like and it's like a
Oh, and then it's
like
floating.
and it's floating. So there we're just now tapping into that technology where eventually if you do it with waters, right? If the premise you could do it with anything.
But that's like a
Because
machine. That's like some like home decor type. I've seen what you're talking about, bro.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a home decor type of thing. Like
But why couldn't they make that into a industrial thing where it'll go underneath the like a 5 ton car and just levitate it? Because what it's doing is resonating with that frequency, and it's levitating it. It's holding it up. It's making it literally feel like it's on the ground because the molecules are getting compressed.
I see what you're saying, bro, but
it seems impossible now.
It seems really crazy. That's my point.
But imagine telling somebody, and let's say you're one, that you'll be able to put a headset on and transfer yourself to another world.
That's true.
Like to them, they'll be like, "Dude, you're fucking stupid. That's crazy." Like,
I'd probably be thrown in that house.
you'll be crucified at the stake.
Oh, facts.
You know.
But I do kind of believe this stuff, like all
He's
this.
a witch.
Supernatural, exactly. They call me like a witch and like burn me at the stake or stone me to death or some type of public death or something or humiliation or I'd be cast out.
You've been
like,
outcast.
Crazy man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like a lot of times, like my grandma's told me, like, and Africans are superstitious. I don't know how like other foreigners are.
Mexicans are superstitious too.
Like they believe in like a lot of like, oh, don't do this because it's demonic, and we've seen the X, Y, and Z.
No, I believe in that. So, like one of the things that we don't watch is demonic movies because
really?
like those.
You like horror movies?
I like them. I'm not really. I'm not gonna say I like. I
don't like them.
I like more action, but like Exorcist or stuff like that. I used to watch those little, but like. Bro, that shit is real.
Yeah, that shit is real.
Like, that shit is something you don't mess with. Because, like, if something happens, like, where a spirit comes into your house and it's like, bro, how the hell do you get that out?
You can't get rid of it. They're here to stay, bro. And that's the thing about spirits. Like, when they, like, claim
so, like, what the fuck?
territory,
but that's my thing. What is it?
Demons, bro.
But what is it? Where are they living? They have to be living somewhere. Like, are they
I just told you we ain't the only ones here.
I know, but are they in a different dimension that can go into our dimension and...
Different spiritual realm, bro.
Yeah. But okay, but that would if they're in a spiritual realm, right? That would be a different dimension than us. Maybe to them, we're in the spiritual realm.
Now they know, bro. This is the land of the living, and that's the
So they're dead.
Dwelling of the dead, I guess.
But
they're dead, but they're just not. Judgment Day.
It's hard to explain, right?
Judgment Day ain't here yet. So niggas, I feel like niggas is just like outside. You feel me?
But they're still living somehow.
Well, this is a different type of life.
Yeah.
It's afterlife. The Akira, that's what they call it.
The Akira?
Akira. Like Akira.
Akira?
Like the anime.
See, that's fascinating to me because it's like, because as you think about that, right?
That's what
you move into another place, and like I don't know, I always picture like, what if the day you die, right? You know, cause like I don't know if you've seen not movies, like documentaries on people that have like said, was it after death?
Came back to life.
Yeah, come back, and they always see a tunnel. They always see like a tunnel of light, and they're going through it. And some of them either end up in heaven, or end up in hell, right?
But I feel like you don't get assigned a destination as soon as you die though. They gotta be a judgment day still. Like,
but what if judgment day already happened towards it? Because you're dead. Time doesn't remember. Time is only relevant to us.
That's true.
Time is only like what if when you die, it's like thousands of years have already passed, but you don't know. Like time. We think time as being, like, a fixed thing, but it's not. Time
really ain't real for real.
Time ain't real. Time is only real for the observer.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that's how we interpret it to make it make sense to us.
Yes.
Because we're here.
Yeah. Because like how can time sometimes be going fast and sometimes be going slow? Like when you're having a blast, you're like, fuck, this hour went by fast.
Yeah.
But when you're having
a hard time,
slow,
it's like,
bro, you're like,
damn,
man, you're
10 minutes is like, 2 hours.
Exactly. So time is just the perspective of the viewer. So when you die, you no longer get that view. So you could already be at Judgment Day. We don't know. But back to my thing is like, I wonder if it's because you've seen Avatar, right?
Which one?
Any of them. Like, when they're jumping into their avatars, they see that light and they jump into the other body.
Talking about the blue bodies, right?
Yeah, blue body. Yeah. What if that's what's happening? Like, you're in an avatar.
So you switch consciousness.
And when you die, you go and you're like freaking out, wake up, and you're like somewhere completely different.
Oh yeah.
Like, and you'll be disoriented because that, like, in your mind, you're like,
you never existed in that place.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're like, hey, and they're like, relax, bro. You just came back. You were just on a trip. And you lived out a whole entire life during maybe an hour.
Would there no way to like find out what that feels like for real?
Yeah, die. No. Yeah, fuck that.
Drop acid, bro.
Oh, see, I've heard about that. Like, I've heard people doing like mushrooms and stuff, and they always meet the same. Yeah,
it's very scary though.
I don't
know if you're ready for that.
I'm not trying to be demonized.
No, not even that, bro. I'm just saying I've done it like a few times, but I stay away from it because like it's very, very
okay.
intense.
So this is very interesting. I know we're getting a little deep, but
I feel like it correlates.
Well, no, I mean, like we're saying, with usually we get an hour podcast and we're going a little longer, but it's fine. It's interesting.
An hour?
Yeah, bro, it's been an hour and 10 minutes.
Fuck. It's been an hour, y'all.
Yeah, we finally got a timer that way we know how long we've been recording. No, but and we're gonna keep improving the podcast slowly but surely. No, but that's interesting. Like I've always wanted. That's one of the reasons why I've been fascinated. I will really one day hope that I get to talk to
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I would love to talk to Joe Rogan, bro. Just because
he does that shit.
I know, and I would love to be like talk to him and be like, what's it like? Like what people like? They say they meet entities, and it's like you fight your own demons that you're in. I swear to God. But they always say this is the same entity.
I realized.
But what if it's the devil?
It could be. That's why there's good such thing as bad trips and good trips. Make sure you're in a good mood before you trip, period. That's my best advice. And make sure you're in a safe space, like stay home with somebody you love, and you know.
I'm not doing it, but he's
just saying. This is just advice in case you ever get curious enough to actually, take a step and try it. But I remember my first time. I was 18 years old in college, and bro, I will never forget this, bro. Like, I was around like older guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I feel like I've always been like one of the youngest, not the youngest, but one of the youngest in the pack. You know what I'm saying? So. Everybody else is like 21, probably 24. I'm 18. I'm a young nigga, bro. I'm a kid. You know what I'm saying? But like, I was cool with them. And so we take acid, and I'm kid you not, these guys got in like a circle, sat down, and they're like creating a new religion. And they're like trying to, okay, well, this is the principle for this. And I'm like, it started tripping me out because I was like, bro, this feels like a little demonic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I got the fuck out of there, like out of the room.
But you were already.
I was already tripping. I was already in the headspace. I was like, yo. Like,
what did you see? Right,
me personally, I saw a lot of like hallucinations, like paint dripping on the wall, like just weird shit, like shit that's not supposed to move is moving. Like
that would give me a headache, bro. That's like the first time you put.
It could make you nauseous even.
Yeah, you know because that's like when the first time you put an Oculus, and you're moving the thumbsticks, right? Mm-hmm. So in your brain you're moving, but in reality you're stationary.
Yeah. So that's why it gets a little trippy. Yeah. But I feel like I realized the power of God, bro. Like when not like saying that I could feel like I was God, but I mean like I realized how like I've always known how great He was, but I feel like everything is so much more amplified and like enhanced when you're like on something, especially like acid. That's why I say you can't do that shit like on a regular, because that is just too much, bro. Like I can't even explain it into words fully because it's something you have to experience. But like when I did it, bro, I was like, bro, this is so fucking powerful. Like this should not be legal. You know what I'm saying? Like I was thinking it to myself. I was like, why is this accessible to people?
Do you think it's unlocking your inner eye?
My third eye. I'm super obsessed with like third eye and like.
Do you believe in it?
I do, bro. But I mean, it's more like a spiritual thing, not like something I would like associate with my religion. You know, it's more
because who teaches about it's not Islam, right? It's like Hinduism. I think believes about the third eye.
They have third eye, but they have a lot of different deities.
And that's why they put the dot, right? Yeah, because it's the pineal gland. Yeah, the enlightenment. Where they open the pineal gland.
Exactly. But I do believe in like the third eye because it's all about seeing past the veil. You know what I'm saying? Or
past what you actually see.
Exactly. More than there's always more than what meets the eye, pretty much, and that's true about life.
Okay, so this is
all that glitters ain't gold.
This is what's so trippy, right? So I was just thinking about what you were talking about, and then we were going into dimensions, right? Mm-hmm. So we live in the third dimension. If there was a being that sees us in the fourth dimension, it's like right now, how he would see us is how, like he would see us inside this house. Okay. He would be outside the house, and this house would be like a 3D model, and we're in here, but we can't see him. Like he can see inside the house.
So God.
Well, I mean, he's just a fourth dimension being. He doesn't necessarily have to be God.
So
he would be like in the seventh or however many.
He's everywhere at all times. He's fully omniscient. So
but that's what I'm saying. Like that, the way that would make sense about if he was in a higher dimension. Because for example, like right now, if there was civilization in this table, right, this would be like two dimensional. So we can see here, right, but they wouldn't be able to see us.
Oh, kind of like third person, like The Sims.
Yes.
Okay.
So if there was somebody in the fourth dimension, it would be like if you had a playhouse, right? And you know how you can open it and you can see us. They would be able to see us like that, like through the outside. Like there would be no walls. You would see the ceiling and everything, but you could see like a bird's eye view of it and us in here. But we can't see them because we see ceiling. We see, you know what I'm saying?
So you think that's like what's out there?
I think that's what you're tapping into.
Oh, when you're on LSD.
Yeah.
Maybe, bro. Because I literally felt, I was like, I could hear my heartbeat. I can like hear my blood. I can feel my blood like going through my veins. And I'm
That
not saying this
sounds
shit hurts.
no,
It's
no, no.
scary.
Yeah,
But
because
like
you're
you
experiencing.
can't. I wouldn't do this for everybody, bro. I don't know. Like I've
How
mentally
long does that
conditioned
last?
myself, bro. 8 fucking hours of just constant. Okay, calm down because
So
this is too much to process right now. Your brain is working like a fucking machine. It's scary as
So
fuck.
I wonder if you're potentially getting what you wanted. Maybe you were tapping into more using your brain.
I love it, but I know it's dangerous. It's I can't love it. I can't allow myself to fall in love with it because
Yeah.
first of all, it's not natural. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And nobody should ever.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's
Maybe
just too much,
maybe
bro.
that's why we can't.
And plus, like when I did it,
What
I
if
mixed it with. I was like, I smoked. Every time I've ever done like acid, I've smoked with it too to enhance it. I don't know. Well, I guess that's like calm me down. But then again, like you have to think heart rates. You know what I'm saying? Because
If
some
your
people
heart
can
rate
like,
goes up too high,
yeah,
you can actually go
get
into
a heart attack and
cardiac
arrest.
Yeah,
That's another thing. Bro, I'm telling you, like this shit is so. I don't want to say fun because fun is not the word I'm looking for.
It's an experience.
It's an experience, but it's like something I can't really like describe in just mere words. Like you have to try this shit. But I don't want to like tell you to try it and then you
Or
like,
tell
bro,
viewers to try it, but
yeah.
just
I don't want to tell it like peer pressure or like influence anybody to try it and then they can't handle it because like I kid you not, any of the viewers that's ever done LSD, this ain't no little homie, bro. Like this not nothing like you just like take on a like casually.
on a
You have to be yeah
Wednesday.
you have to yeah you know like just know that whole day is like gone.
Yeah.
Like you have to dedicate a full day to that shit. And
Do you think ayahuasca is like that? Like,
oh man, I'm not ready for that.
It's
Fuck.
worse.
I think that I've heard a lot of crazy stories about ayahuasca. Like even Miguel told me that like, bro, you don't want to fuck with that shit, Miguel.
Oh.
And, like Joe Rogan, I think has done that shit.
I don't know if he has. I know he's done LSD. I know
I don't know, but he's talked about it
I
on
know
his
he's done
podcast
shrooms.
before. Shrooms is okay. I feel like you can handle shrooms. It feels like being high.
I don't know, bro.
I've
Never even
Oh, you've never
smoked
smoked
weed.
weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you trip out on shrooms. But it just feels like being high on weed for me, honestly.
Yeah.
It just feels like you smoked
I don't know.
without actually smoking.
What is it even being smoking weed feel like? I'm a good kid, man. I've never did anything.
That's crazy, bro.
Only alcohol.
I gotta get you high, man.
Yeah, for sure.
That's like
Maybe.
One time.
Yeah,
One time.
We'll see.
We'll see.
You know, I gotta get with my legal team.
Y'all spam with this spam. Spam the comments and get this man high, bro.
Yeah, subscribe.
Nah, but it depends on like there's uppers and downers.
Yeah.
So like sativa is like an upper. It's more like artsy.
I don't know what that means.
So sativa, like
What do you mean an upper and a downer?
I'm about to explain.
Okay.
So like there's different leaves like on the weed. So like
Yeah.
like the plant when it comes down to the plant like actual
I do
physical
know how
plant
it
makeup.
smells good.
It smells amazing.
It smells like mint.
Yeah. Oh my god, it smells like the best thing ever. I literally fell in love.
So like I've experienced weed, but like my friends did it when I was in college.
You were around it a whole bunch, I'm sure.
Yeah. So when I was in college, I was in Wyoming, and it was legal at the time in Denver. You could have up to an ounce, and it would be legal. It's for personal use. This was before they made it legal, like completely in the whole state of Colorado and California. I think California was legal already. Regardless, all my friends did it, and they'll go snowboarding. And they'll be like freaking
Having a good time.
and just doing it on the gondola going up. So yeah, like they didn't care. But so I was like, and they were like, I would see what it looked like, and when I first smelled like the actual plant, not it being smoked. It smelled like mint. I was like,
in its natural state, it smells so good.
It smells like
sweet.
mint.
Yeah.
It smells like mint, like straight mint, like the mint plant.
It's fire, bro.
I don't know.
But indica has fatter leaves. That makes you lazy.
Is that a different type of weed?
It's just a different strain. So like there's indica, sativa. Sativa, I personally like sativa. I don't like to be like lazy.
You're like an up.
Yeah, I like up because I like to do shit. I like art and like art galleries. So I go to art galleries.
Everybody that has done it always says that everything moves in slow motion. Like if you're driving, like things like.
You can almost lose your sense of time sometimes. It depends on
Isn't if that you're used to because maybe you're losing your reaction times, or if you do react, you react too fast, and then
bro. Fun
your
fact:
senses.
at Firestone, plenty times I've gone to work high. And you know what's crazy?
Hey boy, you're never getting a Firestone job again.
I don't plan on it, so fuck it.
Yeah.
But every time, personally, but I guess I've been smoking since I was like 15.
Yeah.
Well, I started at 15,
Yeah.
and then I stopped for a while, and then it's kind of been on and off for me throughout my
Your
life.
dad's gonna be waiting for you with a belt when you get.
And when I was younger, man, I always got fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
That's a story for another day. But however, yeah, bro, like I don't know, I just get really focused.
Yeah.
Like I personally and I tend to be like Obviously at work I'm trying to play it off because I'm not
Yeah,
trying to be
yeah,
like a fucking idiot at
yeah,
work,
yeah,
and
yeah.
plus I'm like
Get drugs and stuff. Yeah,
people's lives pretty much are at stake when
yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. But I don't know. That might sound irresponsible as fuck, but I swear, like I've never had any. He can vouch for me because he works with me. Like ain't nothing. I never did
I never
anything
knew
really
it.
fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I never knew.
No, nothing that he ever knew. You know what I'm saying? I've never done anything like fucked up or like put anybody's lives in danger, and you would never know because I think you just have to know what you're doing. If one of you know what you're doing, and one thing I would say for myself is that I get a little paranoid, so I would double, triple, quadruple
Oh,
check. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because like when you are high, you will like
yeah,
you
yeah.
tend to
You
like
forget
forget
stuff.
things or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
overlook things or like you tend to be careless. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So that's why I always double, triple check, especially if I'm like at work. But outside of work, I wouldn't recommend it, but and I just did what I did, whatever. I mean, nobody
You
died.
do you, right?
I do me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What works for me ain't gonna work for everyone else. I mean, this isn't a campaign to go fucking
Yeah,
go
yeah,
get
yeah,
high.
yeah, yeah.
I'm just telling you about
Or
my
do drugs
experience.
or do
Yeah,
anything. Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. It's just interesting.
yeah. When Joe Rogan talks about his shit, like it just makes it sound so cool, like so interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Like
why I would love to talk to him, just the experience and the type of beings he like encountered, or like what the
and shrooms are natural,
just
bro.
what
You can pick that
yeah
shit out the ground. And eat.
yeah it's
Well, it
it
depends.
grows on cow shit.
Yeah.
Um,
Does it?
mm,
Really?
yeah, just go find yourself a big old patty and you'll find some.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
That's kind of nasty. I
that's
don't
what
think I
you're
want to take
eating.
shrooms again. You could just drink it in tea though.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm serious. Like
It's still the same thing. Yeah.
fucking kill all the bacteria.
Yeah. All right, guys. With that, if you have enjoyed the content, please leave a sub, like, and a comment down below
Let us
for
know how you
anything
feel
else. Yeah, just
about
let
the
us
new
know.
setup.
Yeah, if y'all like it, if y'all hate it, let us know. If y'all like the old setup, let us know. We'll change it back. Anything
Personally,
we
I like
do.
this setup, bro.
Yeah, I like it too, just because we could have like another guest and it'll be easier
We can have like a panel, like,
for
boom.
yeah,
That's
we could
four
have four
people. You know what I'm
people. We are in a small room, so we're trying to make it work. And I'm definitely trying out new things to make it as enjoyable as possible for y'all. So like I said, once again, thank you for watching.